So, according to UPS, my MacBook should be coming in tomorrow. This lamp, this IKEA lamp that I happen to have, it's nice, but I'm really disappointed because this clamp actually isn't big enough for their IKEA lamp shelf. As you can see, it cannot fit. That aside, I do have something cool to show you today, and that is this new Philips Hue light bulb that I have installed in the studio. As you noticed, or as you may have noticed, it might look a little different in here. That's because I now have one of these bulbs inside. There'll definitely be a lot of experimenting around with this in the future for different looks in the videos. I think I'll try to find one color and settle for that. But the sheer amount of control I get over the studio space just with these light bulbs is amazing. So today's Wednesday. My package is supposed to come in today. Although there was an attempted delivery yesterday and I didn't know because I slept through the whole day. Right now I'm in a dilemma between working on my Friday upload right now and just assembling my new setup. I think I'm going to go for the latter and then work on the video tomorrow because it's just a first impressions video, so I don't think it has to be, there's not going to be like a bunch of B-roll shots and all, and I don't even have my lens adapted for this camera yet. I know they just sound like excuses, but honestly, I am so stoked for the setup. Okay, the package is in. Okay, we are going to unbox the new 2017 MacBook Pro. It's warm to the touch. Okay. Here we are. This is my first ever MacBook. Okay, a little bit of background. I've never owned a MacBook. I've never owned any Mac. I'm a lifelong Windows user, and I know that might not mean much because I'm just 18, but I have been on computers for as long as I have remembered. I started off on Windows XP, I think. I might have started off on an older version, but I would have been too young to remember. So I'm just going to say Windows XP. I remember when Windows Vista was new, and that was awful, although I really liked it at the time, not gonna lie. And I would say I've gotten pretty good at using Windows machines, considering I built one. I can build Windows computers, I can run servers off Windows computers. Everything I've done up until now has been done on Windows computers, and I would consider myself to be a pretty tech-savvy person. So if you wanted to find a way to intimidate me with tech, you would hand me a Mac. And I know that sounds kind of silly because Apple products are designed to be intuitive, but I just have such little experience with OS X. That is about to change. Ooh. Warm to the touch. Okay, we're gonna put that one aside. So just one USB-C cable for charging. Designed by Apple in California. I'm assuming we get in here the Apple stickers and everything. Yep, Apple stickers, that's the most important thing here, obviously. And a big charging brick. Wow, this is huge. Is something this big really required for a USB-C machine? Okay. And I believe that is, yep, that should be it. So this right here is the 15-inch model. I pretty much maxed it out. I upgraded the CPU to the best one. It's 16 gigabytes of DDR3 memory. That's the only option. The graphics card is also the upgraded one. I think it's a Radeon 460. Don't quote me on that one. The only thing I have not maxed on this machine is the hard drive. In fact, I actually left it at 256 gigabytes because I'm going to have an external drive, so that's going to be a lot cheaper. Okay, let's turn this machine around. Here's the first boot. Okay, so just started on its own. Alright, obviously this is the touch bar motto. Not because I like the touch bar, I still think it's kind of gimmicky, but it's because it's the only way you can really max out this machine. Okay, so I'm just going to set that machine up and we'll be back. I already knew this is a feature, but I'm just so glad to see it. It's Touch ID on the MacBook. Okay, the trackpad is huge, but I'm glad they have palm ejection because I'm going to be pressing this thing a lot. Oh look, there's the webcam, which looks pretty bad. Okay, first impressions. This screen is absolutely gorgeous. I can't see any pixels on it. Touch bar. Well, okay, that's actually pretty nice. Is this Siri? Hello?
Good afternoon, Danny.
Cool. Keyboard is kind of weird, actually. I'm not sure if I like the keyboard, but I'm going to take some time to get used to it. It's pretty clicky, which I don't mind. Actually, I like the clickiness, but I don't know, it just feels kind of weird. I think it's the butterfly keys. Okay, you know what? I feel like I've done enough exploration. I've set up my MacBook. I kind of got, well, I wouldn't say I got used to it yet, but now is the moment I've been waiting for a while. We're going to set up the new editing space right here. First of all, I'm going to move all the stuff out of the way. I still have all the YouTube comments from the interactive Friday sessions that we used to do. Haven't forgotten about those. So first of all, we can open this. It's a USB-C dongle. Not really a dongle, it's a dock. Hub. This will give me all my standard, this will give me all my standard I/O. And so I'm not missing anything on the MacBook. It's space gray, just like the machine. 2 USB-A 3.0 ports, SD card, micro SD card, and USB-C pass-through. Here's the MacBook. Yeah, matches color. And it would plug in, well, this side would be upside down. It doesn't really matter which side you plug it in, I don't think. There we go, fits. This is the BookArc Mac stand. Unfortunately, this one, I couldn't find a space gray version. I know that it exists, but it wasn't on Amazon. How do you open this? Ah, magnetic. Here it is. And it fits just fine. Looks pretty cool too. I think there was actually more inside the box. Thank you. Oh, these are more inserts. Huh. Let's try a smaller one. Wow, that's like a perfect fit. Actually, this may be too snug. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna try the medium-sized one. There, perfect. That is the size I am looking for. Okay, on to the next item. Let's do the mouse. The Logitech MX Master 2S. This thing like just came out. Everyone's calling this like the best mouse for productivity. Judging from the features, I would say that this is probably the best mouse for productivity. There it is. There's a little dongle for the connection. And here is a long charging cable, I guess. Okay, it feels nice. My favorite feature, I guess, well actually I haven't gotten to use it yet, but I would say I'm most excited for this thumb scroll. It's for vertical scrolling and it's going to be really useful for video editing, which I've been doing a lot of. Onto the keyboard. Oh, this keyboard I am very excited for. So this is a custom keyboard actually. It's from a company called WASD Keyboards. This is not sponsored, by the way. I wish it was sponsored. This was an expensive keyboard. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. I believe, yes, we have a USB cable. Not braided. Disappointing. Ooh. Okay. This is a keycap removal tool. I've never had one of these before. It's nice to have one. And one of these ancient looking... This is useless. For me anyway. The reason why I am so excited for this keyboard is just because of the way it looks. This is a 10 keyless mechanical keyboard equipped with Cherry MX brown switches. And as you can see, all the keycaps, they're blank. How cool is that? So mouse, keyboard. This would be a great gaming keyboard, but I'm going to be using it in here for productivity. Okay, so we have all these products, but the biggest one of them all, this is a 27-inch LG 27UD88-W. So yeah, 27 inches, 4K resolution for that 4K video editing that I'm going to be doing. And most importantly, it's USB-C. I'll explain what that means in a second. Here we go. A driver's installation disc, HDMI cable, the rest of the power adapter, I guess. Yep. USB-C cable, USB-C to USB Type-A, and I assume this is a display port cable. I haven't actually used DisplayPort before. Okay, let's talk about what it means to have a USB-C monitor. Basically, if you have a USB-C monitor, that means you can plug in your machine into the monitor via a USB-C port. And not only will that drive the display, but if your display has any like USB inputs, that will act as a hub. In this case, I'm going to be plugging the keyboard into the display, so every time I plug in my MacBook, I'm going to be able to use the keyboard. But the best part is you can charge your MacBook simultaneously while doing those things. It's essentially become a desktop computer. That's just so cool to me. Look at that beautiful panel. Wow. The bezels are almost non-existent. Okay, we're gonna put this back over it. Flip it over. And we're gonna go ahead and install the base. There we are, toolless installation. How's that look? Wow. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and clean everything up, and then we're gonna install it. Putting the whole setup together now. I had to put the camera in the refrigerator because it kept on overheating. I kind of paused my progress on the setup in the meantime, so we are about to resume. This is where we are going to stick the included USB-C cable. I think it's almost ready. We just have to turn it on somehow. Ah, there's this button right here. No signal. Awesome, it's on. Take the MacBook. Oh, there we are. Okay, my camera keeps on shutting off. I think it's time to end the recording. I spend the rest of the day figuring out how to use this thing. I decided to end the video early because, well, it's passing 15 minutes. and the whole week just consisted of me waiting at home for packages to show up and opening them. There were more packages opened that I did not include in the video. If you want to see that in a separate video, let me know in the comments below. This is also the first video I have edited with Final Cut Pro X.